5 bizarre things seniors say that predict early signs of dementia memory loss. There are 5 weird things seniors say that neurologists now flag as serious dementia red flags. These strange phrases show up in 82% of patients years before diagnosis, quietly signaling that something in the brain is breaking down. However, almost no one knows to listen for them until it's too late. By then, precious time for intervention has already slipped away. And the craziest part? The first warning sign isn't what you'd expect. It has nothing to do with memory and everything to do with this strange verbal habit that almost everyone misses. Sign number 1, the pronoun problem. My neighbor Martha, a retired English teacher known for her precise vocabulary, started showing an unusual pattern in her speech at 73. Instead of naming objects directly, she began pointing and saying things like, "Can you hand me that thing?" Or, "I need it from over there." Her daughter thought she was just being casual. But during a family dinner, Martha struggled for 10 minutes trying to describe her favorite teacup, repeatedly saying, "You know, that one I always use," instead of simply saying teacup. So her concerned family took her to Johns Hopkins, where neurologists revealed a shocking discovery. Martha's temporal lobe was already showing early signs of deterioration. Research shows this pattern of replacing specific nouns with vague pronouns like it or that thing can appear up to 7 years before clinical diagnosis. It's not laziness or simple forgetfulness. It's the brain literally losing its ability to access and retrieve words for common objects. But what's even more disturbing is how this verbal change connects to the second warning sign, where seniors start mixing up words in a way that leaves their families completely baffled. Sign number 2, the word substitution sign. A friend's father, Robert, was a 75-year-old retired engineer known for his precise technical language. But his family noticed something odd during a Sunday dinner when he kept calling the microwave a heat box and referred to his garage door opener as a remote car. They laughed it off as cute senior moments. So the family continued their routine visits, but Robert's word substitutions became more frequent and bizarre. He called his glasses eye windows and his television remote a channel stick. What seemed quirky at first was actually his brain's neural pathways beginning to misfire. Neurological studies show this consistent replacement of common words with incorrect alternatives isn't random confusion. It's a measurable breakdown in the brain's language network. When caught early, targeted speech therapy can help strengthen these neural connections, potentially slowing the progression by months or even years. But there's an even stranger warning sign that follows, one that transforms how seniors understand common phrases we use every day. Sign number 3, the metaphor misunderstanding. My mother's best friend Claire, a 68-year-old former librarian who once delighted in wordplay, started taking figures of speech literally. When her son mentioned it was raining cats and dogs, she rushed to the window, genuinely concerned about falling animals. During a family gathering, someone said they were dying of thirst, and Claire became visibly distressed, asking if they needed medical attention. What her family didn't realize was that this sudden inability to understand metaphors wasn't just a quirky personality change. It was their prefrontal cortex sending out critical warning signals. This region, responsible for processing abstract language and complex meanings, was starting to deteriorate. Neurologists now recognize this literal interpretation of common sayings as a key indicator that the brain is losing its ability to process figurative language. When identified early, cognitive exercises targeting metaphor comprehension can help maintain these vital neural connections. But there's another warning sign that's even more subtle, one that masks itself as simple forgetfulness, but actually reveals something far more concerning about the brain's memory centers. Sign number 4, the repeating question pattern. An old colleague's mother, Grace, was a sharp 71-year-old retired accountant who could still calculate complex figures in her head. But during a birthday celebration, she asked her daughter what time the cake would be served. 10 minutes later, she asked again and again. Despite receiving clear answers each time, she continued asking, not because she forgot, but because her brain wasn't properly storing the new information. This pattern of repeatedly asking answered questions isn't just typical aging or absent-mindedness. Research shows it's a direct signal of hippocampal dysfunction, The brain's memory processing center is failing to convert short-term memories into long-term storage. When detected early, targeted medications can slow this deterioration by up to 62%, preserving precious cognitive function. But here's what's truly fascinating. There's one final warning sign that's so subtle, it's often dismissed as normal aging. Yet UCLA researchers discovered it's actually one of the most reliable predictors of cognitive decline. Sign number 5, the filler word phenomenon. My aunt's closest friend, Patricia, a 69-year-old retired professor known for her eloquent lectures, started having noticeable pauses in her speech. During weekly coffee meetups, her once fluid conversations became peppered with ah, and you know, not occasionally, but in almost every sentence. Her family brushed it off as simple fatigue. UCLA's groundbreaking longitudinal aging study revealed something startling. This sudden increase in filler words isn't just normal aging or tiredness. It's actually a measurable 43% predictor of cognitive decline, showing up months or even years before other symptoms emerge. The brain is literally struggling to maintain its rapid-fire connections during regular conversation. When researchers analyzed thousands of recorded conversations, they found this pattern was one of the most reliable early indicators, even more accurate than many traditional memory tests. The good news? Early intervention with specific speech therapy exercises can help maintain these vital neural pathways. Want to protect your loved ones? Engaging in 3 simple conversation exercises can help strengthen cognitive connections and improve communication. These exercises encourage meaningful dialogue, boost understanding, and support mental well-being, making your relationship stronger and more resilient. The signs are clear, but only if you know what to listen for. These 5 verbal patterns aren't just occasional slip-ups, they're your brain's earliest warning signals. The key is catching them before significant damage occurs. If you notice any of these signs in yourself or a loved one, don't wait. Schedule a cognitive assessment immediately. Remember, early intervention can slow progression by up to 62%. Those precious extra years of clarity are worth every moment of awareness and action you take today.